everyone, thank you for tuning in. Today I'm arranging a bridal bouquet using silk flowers that are fall colors and kind of fall flowers too. I got some fall leaves in there. And this time I'm doing the arrangement in a boho style. Now for me, boho is almost free spirited, kind of like you ran out to the garden and just grabbed a handful of beautiful flowers and cut them off and then used them in your wedding. So just want something just peppy and lively and just kind of free spirited is the best way I can put it. So this arrangement is going to be forward facing where there's not a lot of flowers in the back. So you will carry it close to your abdomen, probably a little higher than you would like a traditional roundy moundy. And I'm going to start off with these darker mums and some silver leafed lamb's ear in there. And I'm just going to use them to set my perimeters. And then they're also going to be almost like an armature or a cage or just a way for my other flowers to stay where I want them. So with more like roundy moundies and cascading bouquets and all that, I usually kind of push everything together to kind of hold it in place, and I can do kind of a hand tight arrangement where you have that beautiful spiral with the stems down below. But it's a little bit harder with these type of bouquets and freestyle type of bouquets because you do want that movement. My flowers are going to be sitting up a bit higher and kind of showcased individually. By doing that, you have a tendency for the stems to twist and turn and just kind of do their own thing. So to help control the flowers and the stems, I'm going to start off by kind of making a makeshift armature. And I chose those darker flowers and that lamb's ear. So not flowers and greenery that's going to be standing out the most. The mums are too dark, so they just don't really pop out as much as the cream colored roses there. And then the silver leafed lamb's ear, it's just got like kind of a broader leaf. So just kind of want to keep it towards the back. I'm going to use some smaller leaf greens that are going to have a little bit of texture to it. That's going to kind of capture the eye. So I do have fall leaves there. That's going to help tie in the kind of brassy, darker color of the mums with that one pink ranunculus. So I like adding that little guy there that I'm holding. I feel like it keeps it softer. If you want to go full on fall and go more towards the browns, go for it. But this is a really great opportunity to grab a little bit of pink or a blush color and make the colors a little bit softer. And it's crazy how colors affect the mood of an event or a wedding. So if you wanted something a little darker, a little sultry, you can omit the cream colors and that little blush color there. Or if you want something a little bit brighter and louder, add them in. But it's something to consider when picking out your colors. One thing with fall arrangements is you do want to add that texture. I mean, fall's all about berries, fruits, just the texture of the leaves, texture of the flowers. So I do like to add berries when dealing with fall arrangements. So going into the boho style of arrangement, I know it's a bit free spirited and you kind of get away with whatever, because as long as you got a beautiful mix of colors and just that nice movement to it, you're good to go. But I'm going to try to balance out the left and the right of my bouquet. So I've got a couple of ferns poking out on the side, and I'm going to add some kind of feathery pom-poms. You see these a lot in with the artificial flowers. They're really fun to work with. But I'm going to use them to balance out the ferns. So I'm going to bring them down a little bit. And then that way I've got a little bit of a balance, a little bit of a shape to the bouquet itself. And then I want to bring a little bit of brightness towards the front. So those dark mums are very dark. You don't really see the end of the bouquet where you're carrying it. But by adding a little bit of a brighter greenery and the fact that it flows down, has that awesome movement to it, I think it really brings the bouquet alive. So once I gather up all my flowers and I kind of got them where I want them to, I'm going to tie it off with a chenille stem. And I do recommend using a chenille stem as opposed to just regular wire, because you get that good grip on it and you can really crank it down nice and tight. And I am going to add some ribbon to this bouquet, but first I'm going to tuck away my wire, make sure it's out of the way, and then I'm going to use a little wax floral tape to cover up the wire itself. So you just want to make sure it's not going to poke through the ribbon, and then the ribbon that I'm using you can kind of see through. It's more of an organza, and I don't want anybody being able to see the chenille stem. You want to keep your mechanics hidden. You want to keep your audience guessing as to how you put together that bouquet. So you got to hide your secrets there. And then I'm going to measure about 2.5, about 2 hands down. Give all my wires a good clip there. You might want to test them, make sure nothing's going to poke out, come loose. Because you don't want it to snag on dresses or hurt anybody that's carrying it. So just want to make sure that everything is sound and easy to carry and handle. And I will put there's a link in the descriptions for things like wax floral tape, wire cutters, wire itself, and that sort of thing that you can get on Amazon. So I'm going to take this organza ribbon, and I'm just going to run it quite a few times around where it will be held. I left one of the tails very long, and I'm just going to go around multiple times, just trying to give that handle some color, because it is see-through. The first go around is going to be kind of clear almost. So I'm just building that up, and once I think that the tails are very similar to the same length, I'm going to bring them both to the front and just pull real tight and do a simple shoelace bow. I love the fact that this ribbon has that kind of crimply curl to it. I believe it was by accident because it was just balled up for so long. But I'll just give it a nice shoelace bow there. And you can tie off the very ends of the tails if you want, or cut them in a nice V shape. I just left mine real simple and flowy, just kind of free-spirited, like the whole boho style bouquet itself. You do want to make sure that all your flowers are secure on the stem. My little greenery came loose there, so I just tucked that back in, but you might want to add a little bit of hot glue before sending it down the aisle. But there we go. We made it all the way to the end. This is a fall arrangement arranged boho style. Thank you so much for watching.